tonight. Your phone will glow in your head. Your phone will move. Before your mind catches up, a message will appear. Your chest will tighten, and something ancient inside you will act as if it cave. Entrance just went silent. But the real answer is far stranger. Your brain does not think it lives. In the modern world, it knows your apartment. It knows your password. It knows the shape of your coffee mug and the sound of your alarm. But deep underneath that smooth modern life, your nervous system still carries walls written in hunger, darkness, danger, fire, and the fear of being left behind. That is why a tiny notification can feel urgent. That is why a stranger's opinion can sting. That is why your mind can sit safely under electric light, behind locked doors, and still search for danger. Why would a brain do that? Because your brain was not designed to make you happy. It was shaped to keep you alive. And life, for most of human history, was not a quiet desk, a warm shower, and a screen full of choices. It was a body moving through a world that could change in seconds. A shadow in the grass mattered. A strange sound mattered. A face turning away mattered. A cold night mattered. A bad choice could cost food, shelter, status, or survival. Your brain learned one lesson again and again. Better to panic too early than to die too late. This is the first strange truth. Many of your modern problems are not signs that your brain is broken. They are signs that your brain is old, very old. The human brain is not a fresh invention. It is more like an ancient house with new rooms built on top of older rooms. The newest parts can plan careers, read books, imagine futures, and ask deep questions. But the older rooms still decide what feels safe. Before your conscious mind can explain anything, Joseph Ledoux, a neuroscientist who studied fear, helped show that your brain can react to threat before you fully understand what you are seeing. One fast pathway sends rough information toward the alarm system of the brain. It is not careful. It is not poetic. It asks one question: could this hurt you? That is why you can jump before you know what scared you. That is why your heart can race before your thoughts form words. That is why a harmless sound that night can make your body act first and reason later. Your modern mind says, relax. Your ancient alarm says, not yet. And in the world your ancestors survived, that alarm was useful. Imagine a person tens of thousands of years ago walking near the edge of a forest at dusk. The light is fading. The group is nearby, but not close enough. A branch cracks. The body freezes. Maybe it is nothing. Maybe it is wind. Maybe it is the predator. The calm person who waits for perfect evidence might be brave. The nervous person who runs might be alive tomorrow. Over enough generations, nature did not reward the most relaxed brain. It rewarded the brain that noticed danger quickly, remembered pain strongly, and treated uncertainty like a warning. So your brain became a prediction machine. It does not simply react to the world. It guesses what might happen next. That is powerful. It lets you recognize patterns. It lets you avoid mistakes. It lets you learn from one bad experience and prepare for another. But there is a cost. A prediction machine can also turn a silence into rejection. It can turn a delay into disaster. It can turn a look on someone's face into proof that something is wrong. Have you ever sent a message and watched the minutes pass? Nothing dangerous is happening. No animal is approaching. No storm is coming. But your body may still tighten because, to an ancient social brain, being ignored was never just awkward. It could be dangerous. For most of human existence, survival depended on belonging. A single person alone was fragile. A group meant food sharing, protection, childcare, knowledge, warmth, warning, and identity. To be pushed out of a group was not just emotional pain. It could become a death sentence. That is why your brain treats social signals with such force. Robin Dunbar, an anthropologist, became famous for studying the relationship between primate brain size and social group size. His work helped popularize the idea that human social life has natural limits, often described around 150 meaningful relationships. Your brain evolved for a village, not a planet. It was built to track faces you might actually meet. Now that same brain opens a feed and sees hundreds of faces in minutes. Success, beauty, anger, praise, mockery, status, threat, signal after signal. Your ancient social radar never gets to rest. It tries to measure your place in a tribe that no longer has edges. It compares your life to people you have never met. It feels judged by strangers who cannot feed you, protect you, or cast you out of a real campfire circle. but your body does not always know that. To your nervous system, potential can feel like status, silence can feel like exclusion, a negative comment can feel like a spear thrown from the edge of the group. Is it logical? Not always. Is it ancient? This is why comparison feels so automatic. Your brain wants to know where you stand because rank once affected access to food, mates, support, and safety. The modern version may look like followers, job titles, grades, money, comments, clothes, or the strange pressure to seem happy. But underneath it, an older question is being asked. Are you secure? Here, that question appears everywhere. It appears when you enter a room and skin faces. It appears when you hear laughter and wonder if it is about you. It appears when someone seems colder than usual. It appears when your mind replays a conversation at midnight, searching for the moment your place became uncertain. Your cave brain is not trying to ruin your sleep. It is trying to prevent exile, and it does not understand that tomorrow has meetings, traffic, and unready mails instead of a hunting party and a dark plane. This mismatch shows up most clearly in stress. Robert Sapolsky, a biologist and neuroscientist, has spent much of his career explaining what stress does to the body. In the wild, stress is meant to be short. If red appears, your body floods with energy. You run, fight, hide, or escape. Then the danger ends. But modern stress often has no clean ending. A deadline is not a leopard. Death is not a snake. A message from your boss is not a bear at the cave entrance. Yet your body still uses many of the same chemicals. Your heart beats, your muscles prepare. Your attention narrows, your digestion changes, your sleep becomes lighter. Your mind searches for the thread again and again. The problem is not that your body is stupid. The problem is that your body is loyal to an older world. It has a survival system built for sudden danger, but you live among abstract danger, bills, opinions, future plans, performance reviews, unread messages, news alerts, 100 invisible pressures that cannot be punched, outrun, or chased away from the fire. So the alarm keeps ringing. Have you ever felt exhausted after doing almost nothing? That can happen because your body was doing something. It was preparing. It was monitoring. It was bracing. It was spending ancient energy on modern ghosts. This is the hidden cost of being human now. Your brain can imagine the future. That gift gave your species planning, tools, culture, migration, art, and science. But the same gift lets your mind suffer from events that are not happening. A zebra does not spend the night imagining a lion that might appear next month. Your brain can, and sometimes it does it, can create a disaster from a possibility. It can make your body respond to a thought as if it were a sound in the dark. It can turn tomorrow into a predator. Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky showed that human judgment often relies on mental shortcuts. One famous shortcut is called the availability heuristic. In plain English, it means your brain often judges how likely something is by how easily examples come to mind. If a danger feels vivid, your brain may treat it as common. If a mistake was painful, your brain may expect it again. If a memory burns bright, your nervous system may confuse intensely with probability that once hoped. Remember the poisonous pet. Remember the dangerous river crossing. Remember the face of the person who betrayed the group. Strong memory protected future bodies. But now your brain sees terrible events from the entire world on its small screen. It sees disasters, crimes, arguments, collapses, scandals, and rage from places your body will never visit. Each one becomes vivid. Each one becomes available. Each one can make the world feel more dangerous than the room you're actually in. Your cave brain was not built to emotionally process the pain of a whole planet before breakfast. It was built for the valley, the river, the nearby faces, the tracks in the mud, the weather above your own head. That is why modern information can feel like an ancient danger multiplied by electricity. There is another twist. The same ancient brain that makes you anxious also makes you brilliant. Your fear system helped your ancestors survive night. Your social pain helped them stay connected. Your hunger for stories helped them pass knowledge. Your curiosity helped them test tools, follow tracks, and imagine what was hidden beyond the hill.
Richard Wrangham, an anthropologist, has argued that cooking changed human evolution by making food easier to digest and giving your ancestors more energy. Fire did not just warm the body, it changed the brain's possibilities. Round fire, information could travel, stories could live, lessons could move from one mind to another, before danger had to teach them directly.
Your brain became a story warden. It asks what happened. It asks what happens next. It asks what this means for you. That is why you can care about people who do not exist in fiction. That is why a rumor can spread faster than a warning cry. That is why one embarrassing memory can become a private movie you replay for years. Stories are survival tools, but inside a modern mind, they can also become teachers. Your brain does not simply store pain. It explains it. It connects it. It builds patterns from it. Someone left. Your brain asks why someone left. Your brain asks what it means. Someone succeeded. Your brain asks what it says about you. The cave brain hates randomness. Randomness feels unsafe. A story gives danger a shape, but sometimes the story is wrong. Sometimes the delayed reply is just a delayed reply. Sometimes the awkward silence is just tiredness. Sometimes the mistake is not a prophecy. Sometimes the future is not hiding teeth. How can you live with a brain that keeps dragging ancient alarms into modern rooms? You do not defeat it. You understand it. You notice the signal without worshipping it. You listen to the body without letting it write the whole story. You learn to say, this feeling is real, but the threat may not be. The distinction is powerful, real feeling, questionable danger. When your heart races before a meeting, your body may be preparing for judgment as if judgment could remove you from the tribe. When you check your phone again, your brain may be searching for belonging. When you feel restless in silence, your nervous system may be waiting for the crack of a branch in the dark. The feeling has history. The moment has context. This does not make the feeling fake. It makes it understandable. Your brain is not a clean machine. It is a living museum. Inside it are old rooms filled with old tools. Some are still useful. Some are too sensitive. Some need a modern translator. Fear can protect you, but it can also exaggerate. Comparison can guide you, but it can also poison you. Memory can teach you, but it can also trap you. Belonging can heal you, but it can also make you perform for people who are not really your tribe. The goal is not to become fearless. A fearless ancestor will not last long. The goal is to become more accurate. Ask the ancient alarm one question. Is this danger? Or is this discomfort? A predator is danger. A hard conversation is discomfort. A burning building is danger. A stranger disagreeing with you is discomfort. Losing every source of support is danger. Not being liked by everyone is discomfort. Your cave brain often treats both the same, but you can learn the difference. That difference is one of the most modern skills a human can have. Not because it rejects evolution, because it works with it. You can give your nervous system evidence. You can breathe longer than the alarm expects. You can look around the room. You can feel your feet on the floor. You can name the present moment. You can remember that a thought is not always a warning, and a feeling is not always a fact. This is not magic. It is training. Your brain changes with repeated experience. It learns safety the same way. Learn danger slowly, through signals, through repetition, through moments when the alarm rises and nothing terrible happens. Ancient systems can update. And maybe that's the most hopeful part. You are not trapped inside the cave brain. You are carrying it. It is beneath your language, beneath your plans, beneath your polished modern life. It is there when you startle. It is there when you compare. It is there when you crave approval. It is there when the room is quiet and your mind invents footsteps. But it is not your enemy. It is the reason your ancestors made it through darkness. It is the reason someone noticed the shadow, remembered the poison, protected the child, guarded the fire, and stayed close enough to survive the night. Now it is living in a world of glass screens, traffic lights, passwords, calendars, and glowing rectangles. No wonder it gets confused. So tonight, when your phone glows and your hand, pause for 1 second. Feel the ancient alarm behind the modern signal. Remember the cave entrance. Remember the silence. And then remember this. The brain that fears the dark is the same brain that carried you into the light.